Good morning, everyone, staff and administration. Today, I'm going to bring to you a plan for change. What changes do I plan to make or implement here on our campus and further along at our school district? I want to be able to implement the TPAC and SAMR model in order to support teachers and learners in lesson planning and implementation. These models that I am going to get into on the next coming slides are some great models that I have learned and implemented myself personally in my classroom that has aided in the success that you see here in my data and ultimately in my STAR test scores over the past couple of years. I really think that these changes would help catapult some of our teachers' personal growth and, of course, in the long run, our students' growth as well. My niche area is charter schools. We, as you know, we work for a charter school system. Charter schools, specifically the one that we work for, service kids in the inner city. They come from a socioeconomic background that does not put them on a level playing field as their other counterparts. Our students are majority Black and brown, so our students are students of color, and we service them in hopes to give them the equitable future that they deserve. So, in order to do that, I think we need to start rolling out this framework that I'm going to talk about. So, why do we need to change? Some research that I found is that teachers are hesitant to adopt technology in the classroom because they doubt its effectiveness. They worry that using technology will not actually improve the students' learning, sometimes it might be a waste of time. Additionally, teachers believe that computers can never be completely replace the human interaction in the classroom. They feel that there's no substitute for a teacher's personal interaction with students and that using technology will only further distance the students from the teacher. They also doubt the effectiveness of technology can prevent teachers from using it in the classroom. I would say that I agree, honestly, with all of this. Even as a younger teacher, um, speaking with my older teachers, I know that they feel like it's not effective because they are just so used to using pencil, paper, and just basic human interaction. And something that we can never run away from is the effectiveness of human interaction, but technology is the future, and we have to be open and ready to implement the change for the future. We are actually doing some of our children a disservice by not implementing technology in our lessons. So we need to get on board because we want what's best for our students ultimately. And teachers need help too. Another reason that teachers are hesitant to adopt technology is that they lack the knowledge or training on how to use it effectively. Many teachers feel overwhelmed by all the distinct types of technology available and do not know where to start. Additionally, many schools do not provide enough training on how to use technology in the classroom, which can further discourage educators from using it. Without adequate training or support, it can be difficult for teachers to feel confident in their ability to use technology effectively in the classroom. Like I said, we as teachers need help too. Yes, we are teachers, but we are also forever students as well, forever learning the new things that we need in order to be successful in our personal lives and our careers. So, what can we do to change this? I would like to implement the SAMR model. Basically, we will be incorporating tech into our lessons. The S stands for substitution. Tech acts as a direct tool or a substitute with no functional change. That would just be like using a Chromebook. Augmentation is where we take that Chromebook and we give it a functional improvement. So we say we're going to use the Chromebook and we're going to take our notes on the Chromebook. Modification. Tech allows for significant task redesign. So now we are not only using a Chromebook and taking notes, we are now taking the notes and using it to give feedback and interactions in such as a discussion board rather than a verbal discussion. We are now doing it with the technology. And lastly, the R stands for redefinition. Now we are taking the tech, and this tech allows for the creation of a new task previously inconceivable. So now we never thought that we would be able to use the Chromebook to do this. So now we are totally going to redefine the whole lesson, and now the lesson is going to be completely online discussion board, quizzes, interactional games, and so on and so forth. Next, we have the TPACK model. You can take a look here. I previously spoke about the TPACK model before. It's taking pedagogy, which is the Master of Classroom Strategies, Application and Learning Theory, techniques, and combining it with content, which is, of course, being highly qualified in whatever subject area you teach, and also combining it with the Master of Information and Technologies. That's where that technology is going to come in. And so we use these three in order to get to what we call the sweet spot here. That is the Master, a 21st century classroom focus on essential learning, applying good learning theory supported by technology. There's that technology piece that's very important. Let's see really quick how it works.
You're a teacher ready to tap students into 21st century learning, but teaching with technology adds a whole new layer of knowledge and expertise. TPACK, or Technological, Pedagogical, Content Knowledge, is a framework that helps teachers consider how their knowledge domains intersect in order to effectively teach and engage students with technology. It's an approach that looks at the combination of what teachers know, how they teach, and the role of technology in order to better impact student learning. So, how does TPACK work? First, consider three domains: content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and technological knowledge. Content knowledge, CK, is the what, your understanding and expertise of the subject area you teach, whether it's science, social studies, math, language arts, or all of the core curricular areas. CK is made up of all the facts, concepts, and theories of any given discipline. Pedagogical knowledge, PK, is the how, your expert knowledge of the art and science of teaching. From learning theories to instructional design, PK includes methods of teaching and assessment, like project-based learning, as well as instructional strategies like Think, Pair, Share. Knowledge of these principles helps you design successful learning experiences for each individual student. Pedagogical content knowledge, or PCK, is the intersection of the pedagogical and content areas, the knowledge you have of how to effectively engage students in learning concepts and skills. This knowledge includes approaches for addressing different learning styles and scaffolding content for deeper understanding. Educational psychologist Lee Shulman saw this intersection as teaching at its best. But several scholars, including Matthew Kohler and Punya Mishra, have added an additional component to 21st century teaching: technological knowledge, or TK. TK represents your knowledge about the tools, including how to select, use, and integrate technology into your curriculum. But it's not just about the devices. It's also the quality of content that students access through apps, websites, and games for learning. By integrating technology into PCK, you now have new insights into and opportunities for student learning.
Okay, And so then we have the ASMR model that we're just going to break down.
Technology has the power to transform student learning. But what happens when it doesn't? What happens when that class set of iPads is nothing more than a class set of really expensive digital worksheets? The SAMR model tackles these issues with a focus on the intersection of technology and pedagogy. This model has 4 different layers, the first 2 focusing on enhancing the learning task, while the next 2 layers focus on actual transformation. With substitution, the technology acts as a direct substitute with no significant change. So a student typing an essay on a computer is merely swapping out paper for a laptop. With augmentation, the technology acts as a substitution with some functional improvement. So that same essay is now done on a Google document with the ability to have classmates leave comments on one another's work. With modification, technology allows for significant task redesign. So that same essay is now a blog post. Students are doing research online, editing on a shared document, and publishing to an authentic audience. It is no longer an essay. It is an article crafted for the world. With redefinition, the technology allows for new tasks that were previously inconceivable. So that same essay is now a multimedia package. Students are not only researching online, but connecting with experts through video conferencing. They are co-writing their posts with a digital blogging cohort from around the
Okay, that's just
technology
how
has
that one works. So what time do we have available to implement these frameworks? We are given equity and data days marked on the calendar at least once a month. There's also after school Friday professional development hours. We have early release for students at 2, and we can use that time from 2 to 4 on Fridays to implement this. If not, we can also start rolling this out in the August pre-service hours. Participation is expected. Implementation of this framework is a non-negotiable. Incentives for teachers. I propose that an annual bonus for teachers who have performed up to the standard of the organization based on the implementation of this framework. That is, of course, up for you guys to decide, but I do think that there should be some type of incentive. Plan for communication. Weekly data is posted as normal, and teachers will be discussing this in their weekly meetings, bi-monthly observations, and also meetings are open for any concern areas or areas of uncertainty while implementing this new framework. Our biggest challenges will be preparing our teachers for this change. Veteran teachers can see changes unnecessary based on them being used to their own personal routine. What will our campus look like after? Our campus will be one of the top rated campuses in our district if we start implementing this. We will receive from a B or an A rating from TEA if we implement these frameworks. How will we know we have reached success? When our students are passing the STAR test at a 75% in major content areas. Here are my references, and thank you. You can contact me at any of the provided emails. Have a great day.